Hey, this is Random Doll Account, back at it again with another video. So today we are going to talk about all of the doll releases that have come out in the last couple of weeks. For the record, I am so sorry that I've been delayed on this. I've had this like terrible sinus infection, and then it like got out of control. Long story short, I'm living off of energy drinks and dreams at this current moment. That's why like my makeup's not done. You can see on my little, because I am currently still dealing with that. But there is so much news and so much to talk about that I thought I'd just rather hop on and let you guys know my opinions. And then I'll edit it and then I'll go back to sleep. So first things first, we have Defilucy Model 1, Series 2 Paris Model 1. So a couple weeks ago, this doll came out, and initially whenever I saw her, I was like, oh, whoa, she's got a new body. That was honestly my very, very first impression. And whenever I was looking at her, I was like, this body looks somehow familiar. Well, it turns out that this body is the Glam Flex body version 1 with 14 points of articulation, high fill feet, and interchangeable hands. And the closer I looked at it, the more I was like, wait, is that the same body from the Atomic Lab Nymphia Wind doll? And it turns out it looks like it's pretty much the same thing. So there we go. There's kind of a thing about that. We know, or at least I've known for a minute, that like somehow, some way, Defilucy and this Atomic Lab Toys by Jason Wu brand were connected. It seems like they're more connected than I previously thought. Think it's interesting. Whatever. So this face, it's a new face, I noticed. Here, I'll show you a picture of the two, one of the old faces with the new face side by side. So it's almost like this new version, it's almost like the old version was like the girl next door, and then the new version's like the girl next door goes Hollywood. Her lips are a bit bigger. She's forward glancing, which I prefer my dolls with a side glance, personally speaking. So I actually would prefer this face with the side glance. But that's just my personal taste. And she seems to have like a little bit of just filler, a little bit of touch up done. Her outfit, I'm looking at it right now, and I like this outfit a lot. I think it's super cute. I like the tweed. The only thing that I don't love are these boots. I wish that she had a heel. That's my own personal taste talking, but you know, the one downside about Defilucy dolls, I have a decent amount of them, but the one downside about them is that they do tend to have a lot of the same shoe molds. And I understand that that's because they're kind of a newer brand. I hope that they can put a high heel in rotation. Yes, like this doll, she was $85 USD, and I will tell you right now, I purchased her. So you will be seeing this doll on this channel because, yes, I bought her. So there you go. That should tell you everything you need to know about how much I like this doll. I think that her hair is really cute. I think her face is really cute. So you will be seeing her on this channel. And then a couple days later, they drop Series 2 Paris Model 2. And this doll, okay, you want to know something? I really had to think about this doll a little bit deeper, because whenever they initially came out with her photos, she was a very dark black doll, right? She has, her skin tone is espresso, right? And then they put her on a black door background with a completely black outfit. So she's really, really hard to see in the initial stock photos. And I was like, I don't know, because I can't really see her all that well. And then I saw more photos with her on a white background, and I went, okay, she is really pretty, but this is kind of an issue that I've had with Defilucy before, and I'm just going to state it. This doll is a huge, huge improvement to the Model 2 Defilucy. I did not buy that doll, and the reason why was because whenever you have a espresso colored doll with bright red lips and bright blue eyes, it feels insensitive if you are an American, especially if you are like somebody who is knowledgeable about African American history in the United States, right? I am not personally interested in minstrelsdom, and minstrel shows and all of that stuff. I think that that stuff is gross, disgusting. I like to stay away from it. And that face up was a little bit too close to that. This is significantly better. I can see a real girl looking like this, right? And I think that that's amazing. I think that they've made vast improvements. However, I do think that there is something to be said about the fact that, like, whenever you have a really, really dark skinned doll, the best course of action for an outfit is to have high contrast so that in stock photos, she really, really shows up in like a bold type of way, right? Some of my favorite dolls have a skin tone kind of like this, right? Like, I am absolutely obsessed with my Naja from Stilettos Out. I think that that's one of the most beautiful dolls. Also, Get Ready With Me, Naja. Okay, so they are both equivalently like dark-skinned, all of that good stuff. And the thing about it is, for me personally, I like it whenever a doll, especially if it's like the second black doll that you're making, and you don't really know how to photograph, right, your dolls just yet, like what I'm seeing right now. I highly suggest just like using a bolder color palette because it will help with the photography. With that being said, I bought her as well. I bought her as well for $85. I thought her price point was reasonable. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a judgment call in person. If I find that like this doll is just incredibly low contrast in person, I'm going to flip the outfit. So I'm going to give Defilucy Paris Model 1's outfit to Model 2 and Model 2's outfit to Model 1. And then that should solve the issue. If it ends up being not an issue in person, then heck, it's not an issue in person. I think that she's a beautiful doll. Obviously, I bought her. I think that this like hair is really cute. I think that she has enough of a difference for me to justify buying her, right? In comparison to Model 1. And I'm happy to have her. Now, as I'm speaking to you, not Model 2 is still available. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think that she's perfectly pretty as a doll. And this is like a week later. Model 1 is not available, but Model 2 is available. So if you're interested, you could go ahead and pick her up. But they're great dolls. I have many of the original models, and they have made like huge strides and improvements, and I'm really excited to see what they have coming up. I think that that's really cool and really interesting that they have a completely new body, and yeah, I'm very excited for it. All right, so second thing second, a new brand came out while I was in my sickness called H Factor, and they have been putting out new photos this entire time. The first model we're going to talk about is Elle, and she is brunette, and it looks like she is wearing Dior Haute Couture, or Dior inspired, sorry, let me just put that out there. And whenever I was looking at these dolls, I was like, wow, she's really pretty. Her face up and her body reminds me a lot of Integrity Toys. I like this lingerie that they showed on her body. She looks gorgeous. And I noticed that with this very first model, Elle, who's the brunette variant, she also comes with rooted lashes. We don't know too much about these dolls just yet. I don't have anything regarding price point, but I think that that's really, it's really interesting to have a new doll come out. And then the second Elle, the blonde variant, this is actually the one that I prefer. It comes with this like beautiful coat with these ribbon details. Love that. And then these like bows. And then this hat. I love that. That's so cute. There is nothing about price that I've seen so far. I have seen pre-sale is coming soon on one of the posts. So here's my thing. I think that this is a very promising start to a brand. I think that the dolls look beautiful. I think that that the actual fashions look fabulous. I cannot say anything about price. I cannot say anything about, what the edition size of these dolls is going to be. But what I can say is, what I can say is, these dolls are very beautiful. I like the blonde over the brunette just because I like her fashion better, to be honest with you. That's it. I would love to see more diversity in a first launch. A lot of new releases for these beautiful new brands have been coming out recently, and there has been a pattern of these dolls looking a certain way, and I would like to see more skin tones when we are launching new collector dolls. Now, with that being said, we just did look at the new Defilucy models, and the only Defilucy model that's still available is the darker skin variant. That feels suspicious, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. So I understand why a new brand wouldn't necessarily think, oh yeah, we're going to do a dark skin doll at launch. I just want to see more. I want to see like more diversity. I want to see like, dolls that are more different, I guess, than just like the traditional blonde hair, blue eye, pale skin doll. I know that that's what sells. So I know that like these new brands, they don't want to take a lot of risk. So they come out with the blonde hair, blue eyed kind of thing first. However, I'd love to see a little bit more, All right, so next up, we have the Argigi and Brigg Gigi Parisian check-in gift set. So these released on October 19th at 12 p.m. They sold, I'm pretty sure, really, really quickly. Let me go and check. They sold out super duper fast. I was just double checking. They sold out super duper fast, and I can see why. So basically, here's the thing. Their price was $300, and they sold crazy fast. I totally understand why. They're very, very cute. Personally, the only reason why I haven't picked up an Argigi or a Brigg Gigi yet is because their prices are equivalent to Integrity Toys. And to be quite honest with you, I do not need to be collecting more super expensive doll brands. If something is more expensive than Integrity Toys, that's going to take a lot for me to make any movement. And if something is equivalently priced, that's still going to take a lot. The only reason why I allow myself to collect Defilucy is because they are significantly cheaper than Integrity Toys, and they're doing a lot of good work. But I think that these outfits are super cute. I love this Brigg Gigi with the blunt bob and then these like big beautiful lips and this caramel skin tone. Gorgeous, beautiful. The Argigi I still enjoy. I just enjoy a little bit less, and maybe that's just because I'm seeing a lot of blonde dolls in this rotation, so maybe this is just like a little bit of something different. But I do think that they are super cute. One of these days I'll get an Argigi. It's just not gonna happen while we have all of these releases coming out. So as you all know, Integrity Toys has been on a roll with releasing stuff. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and talk about this new Misaki. So we have Neo Rave Misaki. Okay, as you all know, I don't collect Misaki, so I'm not going to pick up this doll anyways. But let's go ahead and talk about her, because I think that it's really interesting that she is with one of these designer in residences. I think that she's super cute. I do think that she is super, like, you know, Japan fashion core. I like her vibe. I like that she has her name printed inside of her, like, little purse and her jacket. I think that's super cute. I like her face up. I think that she looks good. She's just, you know, a Misaki, and I don't collect Misaki. So there we go. Next. Then, okay, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Whenever we were told that this event is going to happen November 8th, this, like, big integrity choice event, I was, like, a little bit annoyed. And I'm going to explain why. Okay, so my whole thing is, right now, I am saving up because I will be going to Poppy Parker's Sweet 16 event. Yes, I'm taking you guys with me. We'll vlog. It'll be fun. So whenever this came out and they said that it was November 8th, I'm like, are you kidding me? So... So kind of, I'm not allowing myself to get excited about the opportunity for this, like, for this event, because in essence, I feel like I'm not able to become excited because I need to start saving up for this Poppy event, you know? Like, I already have some money saved up, but I'm not going to sit here and, like, buy more dolls that are probably going to come out immediately whenever, like, we are so close to December, you know? And then the next day they give us, and that was yesterday, they give us our first doll, which is our pre-order doll. And of course it's Reina. And whenever I saw that it was Reina, I was like, gosh dang it. And then I looked at her and I'm like, oh, good. Okay. I don't want her. Okay, so basically we are talking about Clairvoyante, Reina Amati, and she's expected to ship in spring of 2026. She is in Hungarian, her skin tone, her hair color is soft raven, and her price is $180 plus shipping and handling with a $15 tariff surcharge, so basically $195. She's a $195 doll. Let's just put it that way. And what I mean by this is, whenever I was looking at her, I was like, okay, I think it's really, really cool that they did their packaging in a way that, like, it turns into this fortune teller booth. I think that that's really neat. I hope that they do more of that. But the Reina herself, I'm not particularly wowed by. I think her hair is pretty. I think that her face is pretty. You know, I don't have any issues with her, but, like, there's nothing that's, like, calling to me. And once again, I'm going to, like, put the disclaimer that this might be my own psychology talking, right? Like, I am not allowing myself to get excited about this event because Poppy's coming so soon. I really do like this, like, really, really, flowy, billowy, arm tendrils. They're really gorgeous. I just, like, I can't allow myself to buy things. And so it's not that I don't think that this doll is cute. Like, I like her accessories as well. Like, I love her tarot deck, and I love that she has this, like, crystal ball. You know who I think that this doll would go super well with? You know those cold carbon dolls that came out last year? And then the year before that? She would look so good with the cold carbon dolls. Like, if you have those dolls, you should buy this Reina. I think she would look amazing with them. Personally, for my collection, I'm like, you know what? Like, take her or leave her. Personally, I think I have to leave her. I don't think I have a choice in the matter. I'm so close to Poppy Parker event. It's too close for me to be making, judgment calls on dolls that I like, but I'm not, like, absolutely obsessed with. And I like this doll. I think she's pretty. I'm just not absolutely obsessed with her. And that is really what I have to be in order for like me to buy an Integrity Toys doll right now. I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out until December. That first week of December, whenever I am in like Poppy Parker's Sweet 16. Then you can have me pushing and moving for dolls. Until that point, unless I am absolutely just gaga goo goo eyed over a doll, you are not going to see me doing anything doll related. So yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. Those are the only dolls that I really, really, really want to talk about. So I'm going to go back to bed. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, etc., etc. I do tend to respond really, really quickly. If NyQuil ends up messing with me, I'm sorry. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.